I'm hired into the United States Postal Service as a transitional employee, TE, in the city of San Diego. The job description states that this will never lead to a career position. We get a base pay of $21 an hour, but none of the medical benefits of a regular. Stations use us until they don't need us anymore. Then we get sent to another desperate outpost. We are expendable. I like to think of it as mercenary carrier work. January 18th. At the beginning of training, the first person to speak to us is Carla from the Employee Assistance Program. It is her job to make sure none of us go postal. Ha, ha, ha. Good sign of a new job? Then we watch an hour-long video about dogs and reading their language. I didn't know that dog whispering was a requirement to work for the post office. January 30th. Last day of carrier training. It's also Carla's 20th anniversary of being a letter carrier. Classmate Francisco thinks it's a good idea to get her a card and for some reason says it's my idea. Oh, Francisco. I leave training as the teacher's pet. February 3rd. It's my first day at the Andrew Jackson Post Office, 92115. I arrive in a plaid shirt, corduroys, and my postal hat. I meet my supervisor, Craig, a large, imposing man with very white skin, bulging eyes, and what looks like a Coke jaw. Probably ex-Marine. The first thing he asks is, "Are you military?" To which I say no, and add, "I used to write internet content." He tells me to wait in the swing room. A 20-year-old carrier named Rick takes me out the first day. We have an all right time and deliver mail until the sun goes down. Monday, February 8th. 2 days after training, and it's Rick's day off. Craig tells me to case and carry Route 17, a route forever burned into my memory. Mondays happen to be the big junk mail days. Every carrier hates Mondays. Craig tells me to take the coverage too, after only 2 days of training. In other words, I'm fucked. With gung-ho enthusiasm, I say sure. I go out and it sucks. The day is too hot. It takes me forever to find anything, and that damn junk mail keeps falling apart on people's lawns. At 3:30, I call the station and tell Craig that I have quite a bit of mail left. Expecting well, you tried your best. Instead, he says, "What do you think this is, Bradford? Some kind of game? This is people's livelihoods you're dealing with." I look down at all the junk mail littering the ground and agree with him. He tells me to stop delivering the advos and finish up. I make it back to the office, and he tells me to go home. Before clocking out, as if nothing has happened, he asks me how I liked it. I'm on the verge of tears, but I say I could get used to it. He says, "Yeah, you'll probably dream about it tonight." And I do. Nightmares about letter carrying. February 10th. I get to work with Spirits Up. Craig hones in on this and sets out to destroy it. He assigns me Route 33 and gives me a pep talk that goes something like this. "Route 33 is the ghetto route. On coverage days, they get a lot of mail because they live in apartments, they're poor, and they like the coupons. But on normal days, it's not too bad. Now, there are 400 deliveries on this route, which means," and he does some sort of equation to determine how many deliveries I have to do per minute, which comes out to something like 1.3 before adding, "Come on, you're into computers." I decide this is not the best time to remind him that I wrote internet content. Then he adds, "You can do this, they're poor, and you're an American." 3 p.m. rolls around, and I think I'm doing a slow but steady job. I turn around, and Craig is there with a withered station manager, Bob, who is old as hell and licks his lips when he talks. They're watching me as I carry the route, and there's nothing more unnerving. After a few deliveries, Craig takes me aside and says, "I don't see the attitude. I don't expect you to have the technique. You'll learn that later. But you don't have the attitude." He grabs my satchel away and does an exaggerated impression of a goofy letter carrier, supposedly me. He hands it back. "I can't have you out here past 4. A white boy like you in this neighborhood, you'll get shot. Just work on your attitude." He leaves. I carry past 4. I don't get shot. But a caged pit bull jumps at me, thus beginning my fear of dogs. The mailman-dog relationship is no lie. It's like they can smell it on you, a scent that triggers their hunting instinct. But the owners are worse. Opposite of owners who talk to their pets in baby voice are the ones who scold their pets as if they were aristocratic children. Shame on you, Thurston. You know better. Truly an embarrassment. February 16th. I go with Mike, the senior TE at Andrew Jackson, to Mission Valley to pick up the express mail for 92115. Mike drives a large black SUV with a license plate that says Michelob. On the way, he tells me to be wary of the regular carriers, and that as a TE, the most important thing to do is to shut up and do whatever management says. No complaining, no filing with unions, nothing. You can tell he has a sense of pride at having been with Andrew Jackson for 3 years. And when we drive past the college area, he comments about how tiny girls with big breasts are amazing. March 3rd. 2 girls holler, "Hey, sexy mailman," at me from a McDonald's drive-thru. It makes/ruins my day. March 10th. I'm running the collection route along a particularly trashy part of El Cajon Boulevard. I open the box, and the unmistakable smell of feces wafts out. Someone has finessed some human shit in there. The physics of someone dumping directly into the box seems impossible, which means someone had to pick it up and place it in. All of these realizations are profoundly sad. I scan the barcode in the box, but leave the ship mail in there to finish the route. For the next 2 hours, I can't help but feel intense sadness for the kid who won't get their birthday card because someone crapped in the collection box. When I finally get back to the station, I go up to old as hell Bob and say, Bob, I don't quite know how to tell you this, but, and he practically finishes my sentence. Someone crapped in the collection box. He tells me that I still need to bring the soiled mail back. I do. The other clerks are disgusted, but Bob thinks the whole thing is pretty damn funny. Hazmat comes to take care of the mess. The next day, Craig calls and gives me the day off. It's the only time a supervisor will tell me to take a day off. April 10th. I deliver a live rooster sent overnight express. I deliver it to a seedy apartment complex in the heart of Talmadge. I don't even want to know what they're going to do with it. Thank you.